Guys, this is Miss Willoughby. I'm sitting here on my back porch listening to the rain. It's my absolute favorite place to read, and I'm going to read from one of my favorite series. I survived the sinking of the Titanic. I know a lot of you are interested in the Titanic. You watch shows about it, you read about it. Some of you might have even been able to visit the Titanic Museum in Pigeon Forge. The Titanic has always interested me, and I was able to go back in February before everything shut down to actually visit the museum. So I thought that was really cool. I would like to spend the next couple of days reading a couple of chapters out of this book with you, and I wish we could be together in the classroom to share it, but since we can't, I thought this would be the next best thing. I hope you enjoy it. Let's read chapter 1. This was on Monday, April 15th, 1912, 2 o'clock a.m. on the deck of the RMS Titanic. The Titanic was sinking. The gigantic ship had hit an iceberg. Do you know what an iceberg is? An iceberg is a giant chunk of ice in the middle of the ocean, and you can see a tiny part of the iceberg, but it's really, really big under the water. It's very hard, very dangerous if you hit it, which the Titanic did. Land was far, far away. 10-year-old George Calder stood on the deck. He shivered because the night was freezing cold. So this is in April, just like we are right now, and sometimes it gets really cold at night, doesn't it? And he shivered because he was scared, more scared than he'd ever been before, more scared than when Papa swore he'd send George to the army school, far from everything and everyone, more scared even than the time the Black Panther chased him through the woods back home in Millerstown, New York. The deck of the Titanic was packed with people. Some were running and shouting, "Help us! Take my baby! Jump!" Some just plain screamed. Children cried. A gunshot exploded across the deck, but George didn't move. "Just hold on," he told himself, gripping the rail, like maybe he could hold up the ship. He couldn't look down at that black water. He kept his eyes on the sky. He had never seen so many stars. Papa said that Mama watched over him from heaven. Could Mama see him now? The ship lurched. "We're going down!" a man shouted. George closed his eyes, praying this was all a dream. Even more terrible sounds filled the air. Glass shattering, furniture crashing, more screams and cries. A bellowing sound like a giant beast was dying a terrible death. George tried to hold the rail, but he lost his grip. He tumbled, smashing his head on the deck. And then George couldn't see anything. Even the stars above him seemed to go black. I wonder what's going to happen to George. Let's find out in the next video.